Welcome to Synagogues of Ontario, Canada, Part 8. In this episode, we're going to check out Jewish houses of worship all over the province of Ontario, and possibly a couple that we missed when we showcased Toronto. This first one is Congregation Anshe Minsk. It is in the downtown area of Toronto called Kensington Market. Engraved on the building is its dedication date of 1930. It's an Orthodox shul that also welcomes tourists. Its rabbi for the past 3 decades is Shmuel Sparrow. It started out in 1913. The construction on the building shown here actually began in 1922. It is the last remaining Orthodox congregation in the area, which at one time had close to 30. Services are scheduled on a daily basis and often relies on those who live north of the downtown area but come there to work. Our next stop is in Vaughan, which is in the North York area just north of Toronto, and home to Congregation Beit Re'im, a conservative synagogue. It also has a conservative day school on the same grounds. The congregation was established in 1976 and originally called the Richmond Hill Jewish Community. The campus shown here was completed in 1990. In 1992, the congregation ran into fiscal difficulties and was reorganized and reestablished as the current Beit Re'im. Its membership list has about 250 families, and there's about 200 students at the school. Shezi Zions is acting as its rabbi, but he is also involved in another synagogue. There's usually a Sunday morning minyan, often a Friday evening service, and there are, of course, Saturday morning Shabbat services. Kingston, Ontario has about 130,000 residents and is home to Congregation Beth Israel, a conservative affiliated synagogue. The congregation was established in 1908. It also has a mikveh and owns Otterburn House, which is the home to the Hillel organization of Queen's University. The building shown here was erected in 1964. Until 2012, the congregation had been of the Orthodox persuasion. Its rabbi since June of 2016 is Karen Soraya. Shabbat services are held both Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. There may be a weekday service to accommodate those observing a yard site. The camera has shifted to the St. Catharines area, which is near Niagara Falls, and another conservative synagogue, Congregation B'nai Israel. God Roming is the senior rabbi. This congregation was started in 1881. Its original building shown here was constructed in 1925. There is an adjoining building that was constructed in the 1950s. The congregation started out Orthodox, but we're not sure when it switched to conservative. There is a Thursday morning minyan and Saturday morning Shabbat services. Back in Toronto, we're looking at the Holy Blossom Temple. It's a Reformed congregation, but unlike most Reformed congregations, it has a daily service both morning and evening, and it has a Friday evening Shabbat service of various formats depending on the week of the month. But for whatever reason, they do not appear to schedule a Saturday morning Shabbat service. Yael Splansky is the senior rabbi. She is assisted by Michael Sachs and Jordan Helfman, and this congregation goes all the way back to 1856. It started out Orthodox and then it switched formally to the Reform movement in 1920, and it claims to have more than 6,500 members. Our final stop on this tour takes us to Missasagua. It is a neighboring city to Toronto, just southwest of it, and has about 780,000 residents. Here is an overhead shot of Solel in Missasagua. It's a Reformed temple. Since July of 2015, Audrey Pollock has been its rabbi. It holds Shabbat services on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, and also has a Tuesday morning minyan. This tour is concluded, but there is still one more segment to check out on the Jewish houses of worship in the province of Ontario in the country of Canada. Bye for now, and see you soon.